Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Judy. So today I'm making a birthday cake for Ed. It's going to be a keto cake, so low carb, and it's vanilla. And I think he's going to like it. I hope he likes it. But it's going to be a small cake. I'm not going to do a big layer cake. I'm going to do it the pans. I'm going to do two this size. I'm not sure how big these are or how little they are. Let's see if I can get my measuring. Okay, they're a 6-inch pan, and they are 2 inches tall. So there'll be a 2-layer cake. So now I'm gonna make a cream cheese powdered sugar frosting. It'll be with Lakonto sugar, so that's low cal, so or for keto. So I thought you might like to come along and see the recipe. It's Pinterest inspired, so I will leave the credit to the person that I found it on Pinterest from. And then I made a video a little bit ago that will be up too in the next day or so of keto ice cream that I made to go with the cake. So I taste tested when I was making the ice cream, and oh my god, it is so good. So hopefully the cake will turn out just as good. So stay tuned for the cake recipe. Okay, we're going to mix up the dry ingredients of the keto vanilla cake first. So in my bowl, I have 1½ cups of blanched almond flour, and I use the Bob's Red Mill brand. It's super fine, and I love it. And then we're going to add a ½ cup of coconut flour, and I'm using the Bob's Red Mill coconut flour also. So a ½ cup of that, and it's organic. Okay, then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which is right here. Baking powder, and I'm using the Himalayan pink salt. We're going to add that. And we're just going to mix it up. Super easy. In my old bowl. I need to find me another big ceramic bowl like this. I've had it for a long time, but it's starting to crack on the bottom, but it doesn't leak or anything like that. So, all right, now we're going to set this aside and we're going to do the wet ingredients. Okay, now we're going to mix up the wet ingredients for the cake batter. So in here I have 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and I've let it get room temperature. So we're going to mix this just a little bit, and then we're going to add our sugar. Let's get this blended up a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to add, the recipe calls for 1 cup of the granulated sweetener. I'm using Swerve. That's the brand that I like. Swerve granulated, but you can use Lakonto, you could use Truvia. I think Truvia is for keto. Maybe you want to check that out. But I'm going to use the Swerve, but I'm going to use 3/4 cup instead of a full cup. Because I really just don't want it too sweet. Alright, now we got to mix this up, according to the recipe, about 8 minutes. Until it's nice and fluffy. So I will bring you back when we get ready for the next step. Okay, it's been about 8 minutes, and it's pretty thick. Just like, look at that, it's pretty thick. Okay, now we're going to add our eggs. We have 4 large eggs to add, 1 at a time. Okay, there we go. It says to beat each egg 1 at a time until it's fully incorporated. From my chickens, a big Orpington buff. I only have 1 left. She's still laying pretty good. Scrape this down a little bit. Wow. Still gotta add our milk, but okay. Egg 3. Uh-oh. Oh well, that's okay. I'm going to keep mixing this, and I'll bring you back for the next step. Okay, now we're going to add a ½ cup of almond milk. that in there. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. One teaspoon of organic pure vanilla. And then we're going to incorporate this. Okay, now we're going to add our almond flour, a little bit at a time. Remember, you got 1.5 cups of almond flour. Also put this in your stand mixer. I just didn't feel like dragging mine out today. Break down the bowl a little bit. Okay, I'm going to keep adding the rest of the almond flour and I will bring you back. Okay, now the recipe calls for 8-inch pans. Like in the beginning of the video, I'm using 6-inch pans, about 2 inches deep. And so I sprayed them with cooking spray or baking spray. I use the Best Choice brand. It doesn't matter. Or you can use whatever you want. And then I put parchment circles in the bottom of each pan. So we're going to try to evenly fill them up. I'll have more than enough because it's a pretty thick batter. So we'll put 3 in this one and we'll spread it out here and see what it looks like. And we'll go from there. But this makes a yellow cake, so I'm going to add some more. Okay. I just want to try to get them as even as possible. Okay, so that was. Let me add some to this one. Another spoonful. Okay. I'm going to spread this one out. I've got my, I'm going to cook them or bake them in my Emerald Lagasse 360 oven. You can bake, air fry. There's a lot of things you can do. Okay. Let's add another spoonful. And then I'll add another one to that one over there. So I'm not really sure how high these are going to rise, so I don't want to put too much. Smooth out the top. Okay, let's add another spoonful to this one. Okay. I think that's going to be plenty in each one. Okay, now the recipe says for 8-inch pans, it's going to take 22 to 25 minutes. I'm going to cook these probably for a little bit less, and I will bring you back when I'm checking them. Okay, I put them in my Emerald oven. They both fit in there pretty good, so I'm going to close this up. And I'm baking at 350. We're going to do like 20, we're going to change this down. Sorry. Change this down for 22 minutes. Okay, I will bring you back when they're all finished. Okay, while the Keto Vanilla birthday cake is baking, I'm going to make up some cream cheese frosting, which is my fave. The cream cheese room temperature and 3 tablespoons of salted butter. Get this nice and creamy, and then we'll add our Lakonto powdered sugar, which is like a monk fruit sweetener. Doesn't take very long. And then I'll just stick this in the fridge until the cakes get done. Okay. cup of the Lakonto monk fruit. Calls for a full cup, but I don't want it that sweet. Straighten our bowl a little bit. That's all there is to it. We'll put this in the fridge and let it stay cold so the cakes get cold. It's off our spatula. Scrape these off. We don't want to waste it. And I'll do a little taste test here in a second. Just to make sure it's sweet enough. Should be. Okay. Perfect. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, I will bring you back when the cakes are finished and are ready to frost. Okay, our cake is cooled off. So we're gonna, it turned out really nice actually. Got our frosting ready here. Let me stir it just a little bit because it's been in the fridge. It's a little cold. Get it mixed up a little bit, as I don't want to tear the cake up. But we're gonna have to wait and do a taste test when Ed comes home because this is for him, for his birthday. Okay, let's see if we can see if this is okay to spread. Oh yeah, well, might be a little bit cold yet. I don't want to tear the cake. And it's not going to be a fancy cake as far as decorating. I think it's the frosting's a little cold yet. Okay, I'm going to let this sit just a little bit and I will bring you back. Okay, I added just a little bit of heavy whipping cream to this just to thin it out because I think I might have whipped it just a little too long. But then it's been in the fridge, so that's probably part of it too. Okay. Here comes our second layer. Might have to make more if I want to frost the whole sides of it. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and do some on the sides. Okay, I'm going to keep going and get this frosted up. Okay, I got it all frosted, and I tried to chop up some of these Lily's chocolate chips here, but that's fine. He'll like it no matter what. Okay, there's our cake. So when he gets home, and that we'll do a taste test, and we'll let you know how it tastes, along with the his ice cream, his homemade keto ice cream. Okay, here's Ed gonna eat his bite of his keto cake. We'll see if he likes it. You better not make a face. Is it good?
It tastes good.
All right, it's a hit, guys.
It's a hit. I like this.
All right, good deal.